Hey, we got Rob and Cal on the line for an interview from the up-and-coming hip-hop dash electronic group Timeflies. They've been a sensation on the internet. I found them on Camelback. And thank you guys for being here.
Oh, thank you, man. We're excited.
All right. So you guys go to Tufts University right now, I think, right?
Yep, that's true.
So how did you guys originally meet, and where did you originally come up with the plan?
Well, I was freestyling one night, and Rob happened to be in attendance as Cal, and we kind of just spoke after that happened and decided to pursue doing music together. We ended up working in a funk band. He played drums, and I was the singer, and then from there came Timeflies.
So what do you guys think that your major influences have been as far as music and artistically?
I think we listen to pretty different stuff. I tend to gravitate more towards pop, as Rob, pop, electro, hip-hop, dance, as you can hear from the production. People I'd shout out to, I really like pretty much anything by Zaffoon Jones. He's Chitty Banks' producer. Big fan of J.R. Rodham in terms of music that I might listen to a little more but not sound as much like. Flux Pavilion, I'm really feeling these days. A lot of actually dubstep and more electronic-sounding stuff.
And my musical influences are more on the classic rock and blues type side. I was raised on Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young and James Taylor, and I'm a big Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf, Janis Joplin type fan. So as you can see, we're completely on opposite ends of the spectrum.
It works well, though. It works well. It's interesting.
Well, thank you for liking it.
And now that you guys are at Tufts, a friend of mine told me that who's at Wisconsin right now, he said that mashups are the big thing, and that's really big on Camelback as well, and a lot of music websites. Is that the big thing you guys perceive to be at college right now?
Well, in terms of production, just either sampling choruses or taking things from older songs has definitely been a growing trend. And mashups, as you said on that blog and everywhere else, everyone wants something that they can relate to. So some lyrics they can sing along to. So I think it's really helpful for new songs to have something like that. I think it's really great. So I
obviously this is up for debate, as is all things you read. But I read an article recently that said that. Sorry, one of my friends was actually looking for his car keys. Idiot. I read an article recently that said that the 80s genre was sort of hair metal, 90s was pop. 2000s we moved into I guess more experimental kind of indie rock and hip hop and whatever you want to call that dance, but that the 2010 genre is really going to be all about mashups. And people, I don't know what you consider songwriting. I obviously consider it mashup to be songwriting, but quote unquote people are going to stop writing songs and are going to start just taking what already exists and whatever, which is obviously people are going to keep being creative and doing their thing, but it's an interesting thing that you're seeing in the industry right now, especially with music becoming more, pirated and even just piracy in general not becoming the issue of the time. So
you were talking about all the different influences and putting rap into a new context. I actually saw an interview with Chitty Bang talking about that, how that's the new thing, putting it in a new context, because so much has been done. Do you think rap is in a good place right now?
It's kind of just like, what is rap? Rap created in what, De La Soul or go back to Rakim or anyone in the early 90s, like that, it's not the same genre. It's interesting. You hear like Nas's hip hop is dead or something. It's just an ever changing genre, just as any music in the 1920s they called jazz, even though none of it sounded the same. It's I don't even know what rap is.
If Bob listened to Boys Like Girls, he would roll over and he sounds great, but you know what I mean? He'd kill himself and roll over. And that doesn't mean that, we like Boys Like Girls any less, and obviously I'm a Dylan fan. Music is music, and there's good music and there's bad music, more than there's rap and, hip-hop and whatever all that other stuff is,
Hard to fit what's going on right now into a genre, that's all.
It's true, and if you guys were to, say, a purpose of your song, one of your songs, because I noticed with a song like Pipe Dreams or Cars, Money, and Fame, which we'll play in a second, there's so many components to it. It seems to be like, it's a very catchy tune and something you want to dance to, but at the same time there's themes in it which like political and social themes, is a lot of sentiment in the lyrics, which is kind of unexpected. But why do you guys choose to make your music like that?
Well, we get what's popular in terms of melodies and in terms of making music catchy. We want to be on the forefront of that, but at the same time we want our songs to have meanings. One thing that frustrates both of us is when we hear a song where the lyrics are just completely detached. I think we call it ADD rapping, where you just jump from one line to the next and there's no continuity. And for us, having a theme or something, like Cars, Money, and Fame, it's just,
Yeah.
at any moment you can jump and go and do what you want to do. And so, that was that theme. And in Pipe Dreams, that was just, looking at society today and picking up a few things and trying to just, ask questions, because at the end of the day, that's all you can do is question everything around you.
And I also think that, when it comes to listening to any music, you can tell when the artist means what they're saying and when they're just singing whatever, the label or whoever tells them to sing. And we're really, we're looking to be real. And I think that shows in our music.
And do you guys think that as far as mainstream music these days, that's come to the point where they're not using their pedestal, so to speak, as they should? It's too it's too simplified. They're not speaking about issues which they might have a responsibility to, or they should.
I mean, I think, obviously everybody loves to bash pop music.
Yeah.
I even, obviously, I don't want to call anyone out specifically, but there are some lyrics on some songs on the radio right now that are just, comical. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But at the same time, and you got to look also, Wiz Khalifa is an example I like to use because, regardless of how you stand on the whole situation, he, as much as he's releasing a lot of songs, and a lot of crap songs too about smoking weed, like that's what he's, that's his issue, and he is, promoting that, whether or not it's a good thing. He's definitely on that, and that's true for a lot of people. You knock Katy Perry for putting out something like Firework. I mean, she has some lines in there that I think are a little questionable, but she is saying, like, be yourself and do what you want to do, and that's really, a good message for kids and for just people to hear.
We're gonna play a song of yours. We're gonna play like about a minute of it, so people can kind of hear what goes into your songs, Cars, Money, and Fame, and then we're gonna get back to some questions.
If they hear a minute and they like it more, they should go on our website and check out the rest. That's
All right. Wait, what is your website? What is your website so that people know?
Oh, it's timefliesmusic.com.
All right.
Get it.
Yeah, timefliesmusic.com, people. Cars, Money, and Fame.
It's Cap. What up, Riz? Yeah, let's get it. Waking up is the worst on Monday, 'cause now the weekend's gone. Sitting here thinking about Sunday. Now I gotta work all week long. As I look at the cars all around me, the faces say, where did we go wrong? Yeah, so I do what I was taught to. Suck it up and just hold on. How far will you go? How hard will you try? How long do you know this life has passed you by? So what do you wait for? All the people to scream your name. Maybe lottery tickets, they got the tickets so you can get a house in the train. So what are you waiting for? Cause the money and fame. You could sit and regret it, or you can go and get it. Everybody, let's change the game. So what are you waiting for? We already been running the show. You could be in the crowd on stage getting loud. It's time to let the whole world know. You don't want to sit around much longer, 'cause it's a waste of time. Feel the energy getting stronger. Yeah, baby, I'm on my grind. I've made so many excuses, yeah, for too damn long. Now it's time to pack up my things and just move on.
All right, guys, that's sick. It's good stuff right there.
Thank you.
Yeah, and something I think people would be surprised about. Right now we only have Rob and Cal. Is that I was surprised when I first heard that there's only two people in the band. Like, how do you guys create such a big sound with only two people?
I mean, we, I think one of the things that, separates us from a lot of, not only the college scene, but music in general, these days especially, is with, obviously, equipment is getting cheaper, and, we have a pretty sweet setup Pro Tools studio going on, and I'm sure, hundreds of other kids are out there making music on the same, and, we take our time. We really take our time and want to make sure that what we put out sounds better, and sounds finished, and sounds professional. And we're not going to just, grab a beat, record some verses and put that out, if it's not, a 10. And so I think that it's definitely, what separates us, and what also you can hear, the beats are full and are finished. And
yeah, we put a lot
nice.
into making it the way we want it to, because there are points when it, like Rob said, it can go out, but we like to put in the whole month sometimes on it, like we've been doing. And just to clarify, when we say nice Pro Tools studio, we mean a bedroom that's in shambles right now.
Yeah.
I mean, but some days we'll make a synth for some song or something. It'll take 30 seconds. It'll be, one quick couple clicks and wow, it sounds great. Other days, feel like I've spent hours, tweaking one little knob on one little part of one little synth in one little section of the song. And, that nobody's really ever going to say, oh, wow, that, sounds a little bit, whatever. But they might not say it, but they know it,
Like a couple